So this is random. The other day I stumbled across Championship Manager 2001-2002. I used to play this when I was like 16. Will I have been 16? Yeah, 16 years old, and Bradford City had just got relegated from the Premier League. And it was a brilliant game, absolutely brilliant. You get through a season in like, with a quick computer, in a couple of days. And I absolutely loved it. I really, really loved it. So I had an idea. I thought, why don't I try and recreate those years, 2001-2002 season, when we got relegated out of the Premier League. We still had a few big time players playing for us, like the Carboni, some big wages, and I thought maybe I could change the course of history, or the course of the past. Well, kind of like drop down the leagues, 2003, 2004, 2005, 6, 7, all down, and then we ended up in 18th in League 2 at our lowest ever point. And I thought maybe I could just play this game and it work out differently, and I could get promoted back into the Premier League, and you never know. We'll see what happens. Tom Fletcher. Now, what nationality shall I be? Greek, English, Scottish? I'll be English. I'll be myself. And as you can see, back then it was Premier League, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. Championship didn't exist. Well, it did exist, it just got renamed. So we are, Bradford City take control. And Bradford City have appointed Tom Fletcher as their manager. Yes, what are the expectations? They expect to achieve promotion, so they already want me back in the Premier League. It's bonkers. Start my game away at Burnley, home to Walsall, and away to Grimsby. Oh, I remember Grimsby as a blooming league team. Wow. Marlon Brooms played for him. Wow. Anyway, we're not managing Grimsby. Onto the squad. What I always like to do is first just check the reserves out. So this is your menu down the left here. Check my reserves out first, because I always forget about my reserves. Who have I got in my reserves that can play in my first team? And first off the bat, Mark Bauer, 21 years old, he's in my reserves. Look at him. He's got so much potential. Tackling 14. So if you're not familiar with the game, these are the stats on each of the players. They're rated out of 20. So he's got tackling 14, which is not bad really for a 21-year-old. £1,800 a week, that's all you're on. Value under 6,000. I want to get him in my first team because one for the future. So I'll get him up there, see what he's like in the friendlies, see how he goes. John Worstock, no thank you. I ended up playing Sunday League football against this guy a couple of years after this. Gary Locke wants future. Now I quite like Gary Locke. I don't know why he's in the reserves. But he's 26, he's not great, his passing's not great. We'll leave him there for now, but he wants clarification in his future. I'm going to set his stance for it. I'm going to say you're back up, because you are, mate. Is he happy about that? Oh, he's happy being a backup, that's alright. Wayne J-Pig is 32 years old. Can you believe he's in the reserves? He did so well with us in the Premier League. He shot us to the Premier League. He was one of the only players that remained in that position as left back throughout the Premier League years and running up to the Premier League. And I've got to do him better service than that. I want to keep him at the club, and I'm going to see if he'll be a player coach. I'm going to offer him a new contract as a player coach and back up for the first team. He'll take it. Good lad. Robert Morgan, weirdly enough, we were friends with my brother. These are like really weird players. I actually knew a lot of these people. Andrew Lee, don't know who he is. Gareth Grant, one for the future. Always one for the future, Gareth Grant. Ben Jones, steady away. Pretty normal players. Now let's get into the first team. Here we are. The Premier League rejects, you could argue. Aidan Davison. Northern Irish. I always forgot you're Irish. 33 years old, so a bit old at this point, but very good goalkeeper, but only ever going to be a backup to this man, Gary Walsh. I'll never forget the save he made with his chin against Norwich. Essentially, all the players in this team are the players that got us into the Premier League, who stayed with us in the Premier League, and have got on a bit now, and essentially a Premier League, you could say, a reject. So a lot of them are old. All you got to do is sort by the age. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got half the team's over 30. So already I'm sussing out that there's an issue here. But I will go for each player so you get to look at the stats. Also, download the game yourself. Have a look yourself. I mean, it's free to download. It runs on most PCs. Luis Emmanuel, 17 at the time. I think he's in prison now. Dodge. Lee Makel, £10,000 a week. He's a big earner. And this is the one everyone want to see. Benito Carboni, £35,000 a week. These were on, which is a lot of money for a little club like Bradford in terms of Premier League. Good stats though, and I'm going to try and keep hold of him. I don't think I'll sell Carboni. I think he'll be instrumental this season in getting me back into the Premier League. And he's only 29, so I will keep hold of him. He got players like Ian Jess, Scottish international. Getting on a bit though, 30, probably won't keep Ian Jess. Ashley Ward, you're gone, mate. Bye bye. Robbie Blake, keep Robbie Blake, only 25, and he's still got a lot to learn, a lot to develop. Lee Sharp, another one, get rid of him. He's absolutely a bab. Lee Sharp was there for women, I think. Absolutely a bab, Lee Sharp. Adam Hardy, ain't got a clue who he is. Gareth Warry, linchpin. I'm keeping him in midfield. And the one you all want to see on this team, not David Weatherall, who's got brilliant stats as it is. He'll be staying. Is this man, the one, the only, Stuart McCall. Look at those stats. Influence 20, determination 20. And my first job as Bradford City's manager is to get this guy as my assistant. Just because he's 37, I don't want to prolong him. I'd rather go and concentrate on the players. I don't want to negotiate a contract to that. Right, alright, I'll have to get him as backup then, won't I? Alright, okay, McCall. Alright, you are your own person, make your own mind up. And then I'll have to get rid of my actual assistant manager, which is Billy Brown, and he will be going. Because if you remember, we had Jim Jeffries as the manager when we came down to the Premier League. So I've replaced Jim Jeffries, so I've got all his backroom staff. One of them, Billy Brown. Bye-bye. Mark Prudo is my goalkeeper coach, he'll do for now. Steve Smith, he's alright. Walter Kidd, probably a load of rubbish. But don't forget, I'm getting Wayne Jacobs in there. And hopefully, all being well, Jakes and McCall between them. Maybe sign another coach down the line. My coaching staff should be okay. Good to see Ian Ormroyd there, by the way. Just a note, scout, working for the club. Pleased about that. So this is the team. I'm going to start making changes, not in this video, in the next change. I'll start making signings, start listing people. I've ordered to noted that Gunnar Haller is wanted by somebody, probably purely on that cross for the winning goal against Liverpool to keep us in the Premier League. That's the only thing he really ever did. He was actually alright, but that's what he'll be remembered for. And a quarter of a million could get a few hundred thousand for him. Let's look at some of the other stuff quickly. Finances, what have we got to spend? Wow, we've got 4.2 million. How is that even possible after we got relegated? I don't know. Good little transfers fund, and hopefully if we can sell a few, that'll help as well. Friendlies. Alright, I'm going around Norway. I'm doing a tour of Norway. Don't know how I feel about that. Bit annoying. Anyway, tour of Norway. We've got Bolton at home first, weirdly enough. Ooh, back then, Bolton were a brilliant side. Colin Hendry. Look at Colin Hendry there. What a player. Rod Wallace. Paul Warhurst. The biggest utility player ever. Sweeper defender, defensive midfielder, forward, right centre. Wow. Yuski Jaskelainen. He'll probably be on Jaskelainen. He's played about. He's still playing now, I think. So that's my first friendly in 3 days' time. Oh, better get a team together. And that's about it. Division, who's in our league? Crystal Palace are in there. Man City. This is when Man City got relegated to Division, or League 1, as you know, Division 2, and then they were working their way back up. So Man City is still there, which you'll be very surprised to see. Players like Sean Wright-Phillips and Berkovic. Who else we've got? Oh, you might recognise from Premier League. Wimbledon. This is when the Wimbledon came down with us. No, they came down the season before and they stayed down. So I don't know how long Wimbledon lasts. In fact, on the game they last forever. But in real life, I can't actually remember when they went bust or when they folded. Birmingham, tough team. But overall, looking at that in today's money, it's a rubbish league. There's not that many big clubs in there from today's money. But Watford are big and Wolves. But back in the day, some of these teams were massive. Coventry were a massive team back then. So yeah, that's it. That's the opening video. And the quickest way to get access to the videos and see the videos is to subscribe to our channel. And you never know, one day I might even get Dom to do one of these sorts of videos, although I don't think he's got the patience for it.